Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bolo Janta Podcast. At Bolo Janta Podcast, we bring you the best entrepreneur and startup stories for entrepreneurs like you. And we bring you the best advice and the motivation that is needed for you to start, grow, and succeed in your business. So keep watching and please do like, share, and subscribe our channel. Bolo Janta Podcast. And we have on our show today Mr. Mubin Ahmed. He is the owner of Shootwood Studios right in Banjara Hills. And the main reason for this podcast, this kind of podcast, is to help entrepreneurs and upcoming young enthusiasts to understand what is exactly needed in order to set up a business and to make them help have their own entity in the future. So, welcome, Moveen. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you,
And
Noman. Thanks for having me.
mhm, I'll have a couple of questions for you. So, let's begin with the very basic one, and you can tell me about yourself and what have you done so far, and आपके बारे में कुछ बताइए audience को.
Acha, so do you want a short introduction or a long version?
A short one is preferred.
Okay, so I was born and brought up here in Hyderabad itself, and I did my engineering from Deccan College, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Noman, we studied together. And right after engineering, Noman, I noticed that a lot of our classmates were going to United States to pursue their master's degree. And even I wanted to do that. But what I noticed is what they were doing was they were not specializing. They were doing like we did engineering in computer science, right? So they were choosing for masters in computer science, which I thought was not right for me. So because right from the beginning, we generalize in school and then we specialize from there on out, right? We specialize in our intermediate, then we choose engineering. And why not specialize after that? So what I thought, instead of doing masters in computer science, I'd check out what I like in computer science. So there were many options, artificial intelligence, data science, and all that. But I personally liked human-computer interaction. So I looked for all the courses and all the universities that offered that course, and I applied to 3 or 4 universities, got admitted there, and so that's how my journey from Hyderabad to United States started, and I completed my masters over there. Worked for 3 to 4 years, but right in the first year, I think I got to know that this is not working out for me. I mean, I don't want to work for someone else, and there are a lot of restrictions in the United States, right? In on a work visa or on a student visa, you cannot do your own thing. You're stuck with an employer or you're stuck with your own field. And I wanted to do something of my own. So that
Nice.
was the number one reason for me to come back to India, because in India you can do anything. You're a citizen here. So, and second thing was like, of course, my whole family is here. So I wanted to come back and live my life with them. So yeah, that was the reason for me to come back. And when I came here, then I started my first. First I was thinking about starting my own thing, but I didn't know what to do. So I started brainstorming, and I was really into photography and like video space. So I thought, why not start a studio where creators can come and create their own thing. We rent out studios where we provide all the equipment like a 4K camera, lighting, and professional audio. So you don't have to invest in uh, professional gear, because as a novice creator, as an amateur, you don't have that kind of money to spend in a 4K camera and all that. So what you do is you just record from your phone. But when you do that, your video quality is not that great. So we solve that problem. We rent out our studios by the hour. So the average Joe creator can come and rent our studios and do the whole thing. So that has
Got it.
been my experience so far. And
Are
now
you a creator yourself, Mubin? Like, do you create videos? I guess you do, right?
I do create videos for YouTube, mostly for my business channel. I'm not creating videos for my own personal channel because I want to promote my business first. So I'm
Nice.
creating all sorts of different videos to, let people know what we do here. Like I have a podcast myself. You were the first guest, I think, second guest. So
Nice.
yeah, things are going great, but still there's COVID around. So yeah,
Nice, nice. Yeah, we hope,
yes.
things go well for you in the future too.
Thank you.
So, like, as I understand the model of your, rental studio. So,
Mhm.
why do you think would a content creator,
Mhm.
come in? Because now, there are a lot of mobile phones which have really good cameras on,
Right.
and probably, they can shoot things right at their house, or, where
Mhm.
there is some kind of good lighting.
Right.
So, what do you think are the major key things which a content creator should look into before shooting a video, or making his
Mhm.
own content, and why should he opt for options like Shootwood?
Right. So, Noman, the main thing with content creation is like your video quality should be professional, because when you are trying to create videos and you want to earn some money from it, what the sponsors look first is how you're recording your video. Like how's the lighting, how's the audio quality, how's your presentation. So all of that cannot be done at your home when you record from your phone, right? Because a phone, they have good cameras, but the audio quality sucks. Your background is not that clean. So they don't opt for sponsoring those creators who do like not in a professional way, which
Right.
is why that you see like there are a lot of people who do tech reviews, and they have a lot of sponsors because their whole thing is very professional, and they have a studio made for themselves. So a lot of young people who want to create videos first, they start at home like everybody else, right? But it takes a lot of time for them to get from the amateur game to the professional game, and we want to reduce that gap. We want to reduce that 1 year of gap where they like do well on YouTube and then start earning money and then they upgrade to a camera. We want to give you the professional setup right from the get go, so you can just come, rent it by the hour, and our charges are not that huge. We rent it by the hour, and I think we charge 300 per hour. So it's right in the ball game of a average Joe creator. So that's the
Nice.
whole thing. We want people to earn money from YouTube. We want people to earn money creating content. For if it's just a hobby, then you can do it at your home. But if you want to pursue it professionally, then yeah, our studios is
Fair
for you.
enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. And Mubin, coming to the entrepreneur side of this, then how is the journey towards, like how did you start with the studio? Like, did you first look out for a space, and
Mhm.
is it self-funded, or like, do you have some investor for it? How did you do it?
Okay, Naman. So the journey has been tough. I won't lie. Because when I came back to India, I had this very idealistic notion that when I come back, I'll collaborate with my friends and they'll pitch in some money as well, and we'll do it all together. Like a very naive understanding. But when I came here, I got really grounded. I got a reality check basically, because when I came here, I had plans to build a very like a bigger studio than this what I have right now. I had plans to like rent a space in a good prime location and have at least 10 to 12 studios and do it really big. But what I learned about myself was that I was not too sure about my own idea, which is why I was looking for others to help me out, you know, which is why I was doubting myself and trying someone else to like collaborate with me or help me with the business. But after 2 or 3 months, I got a reality check and I understood that if I want to start something, I should start small first. I should not like look for investors or look for a loan or anything. Uh, I should do it in a bootstrap way. Start small, rent a small space, and start with 3 or 4 studios. And once it gets the traction and everything, I can scale it up. So that has
Right.
been my journey so far. I looked for spaces in every area, but we found a good space here at Banjara Hills, and it is well in my budget, so I can afford it for like 6 or 7 more months till I, start making
Till you reach to
revenue.
a break
Yeah,
even at least.
right,
Right.
right,
Very nice, very nice. And so as far as I understood from your point of view, you say, that's kind of a tip for our audience, for our viewers too, that, just start with a small stepping stones and do not,
right, right,
take a big decision and, just get loan and set up
right,
a huge thing. So it's
right.
always good to take baby steps first. And then,
Of
once you
course.
see something coming, something positive coming towards you, then, it's time for you to scale up. So
Right.
yeah, that's definitely a very good point, Mubin, and probably every other business owner or every other entrepreneur who is planning to set up his own business should, definitely consider this point.
Right.
And comparing this journey of entrepreneurship and you being the owner of a studio, how do you compare this with a 9 to 5, a 9 to 5 job? What do you think? Which one is better?
I think there's no such thing as which one is better or anything. I think it depends. I still feel that a 9 to 5 job gives you a lot of experience and a perspective and a headspace. Like, you have some savings when you work first. After that, after like 3 or 4 years, maybe you can think of starting your own business. But right after your graduation, I think everyone should get a taste of like working full time and get some experience in the field. And later down the line, when they are fed up, like have existential crisis like myself, then they can think of, doing their own thing. So
Right.
yeah,
So basically, both have their own pros and cons, but you
right,
suggest them first to, have a job and, just get some experience and then maybe shift
right,
towards an entrepreneurship journey.
right, right,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair enough. And how has COVID-19 impacted your business right now, Mubin? I know you have started recently, but still you
Yeah.
might be seeing some kind of, adverse effects of this pandemic crisis. How are you able to, get out of it? What's your plan of action?
It's been really tough, no man. I mean, right when we started in Feb, and we were done with all the construction and everything in March, and we were ready to start. And that's when COVID hit, and got the government announced the complete lockdown, and we were closed for 2 months, and then 2 3 months, I think. Then we started again in June when the unlock thing started, and we're currently in the marketing phase. We are not looking for business right now. We're trying to promote ourselves. We are trying to create our own content. See, the thing is, when you start something, when you start a business, it's very easy to give up, and it's very easy to just stop doing anything. But if you are starting something, it's very important to pivot. If you don't pivot your business, if you don't find other ways to, do things, then you'll end up not doing anything. So right after lockdown, even I had second thoughts, even I had self doubts about what to do with the business and all that. But what we are doing right now is focusing on the marketing side until and unless this COVID calms down and people are not afraid anymore. They'll have an understanding what we are, because we are constantly producing content. We are constantly doing things every day. We're not sitting at home and doing nothing. I think this is the right time to market yourself, to create content, and whatever business it may be, you should start posting online. You should start your Instagram business page, your Facebook page. I learned all of that from yourself because, as you know, you're the digital marketer in our whole friend group.
Thank you.
So yeah, what I'm doing right now is just marketing, no man. Maybe
Very
down
nice.
the
Very
line,
nice.
yeah,
So
yeah,
probably you're using this time to, market your own self and market
right,
your business basically. And then
right,
once things come back to normal, then obviously, you will definitely have some business. You'll see some customers coming.
right,
And yeah, patience is the key, I guess, as
of
of now.
course,
And, it's only the thing which we can do. There is nothing more
yeah,
we can do. But yeah, definitely, that's a very good move that you're at least working on something which definitely is helpful for your business. You're working on your marketing, and
right,
this thing should definitely be helpful for you in the future.
right.
All right, Mubin, and yeah, that's all for now, I guess. It was really nice having you on our podcast show, and Can you
Thank
give
you,
us
Noman.
a single, our Bolo Janta, I call it Bolo Janta tip. So can you tell us a Bolo Janta tip for our viewers?
Bolo Janta tip. I think the main takeaway from this podcast should be you should start brainstorming right now, because there are a lot of problems in India and people are not looking for them. People are not trying to solve them. Everyone is going for a job or something else. So if you're at home, stuck at home, get a whiteboard and gather your friends and just start brainstorming and start finding different problems around you. And then you maybe can think about the solutions and do the convergent thinking and think of different problems you can solve. So that's my tip for this episode, I think.
Very nice. So basically, they should find a problem and then sell the
Yeah,
solution, right?
right.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Mubin. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you
And
for
we'll
having
get
me.
back on the Bolo Janta podcast show next week again with a new guest. Till then, stay safe, stay home. Bye bye.
Bye.